How are you doing with your 40 days to 40 nights of peace? How's it doing? That good? Okay. Don't look at the shadow, see the light. See the light, not the shadow. What am I talking about? Have you ever, had some light and done like a little shape with your hand or whatever, and it creates an image, a shadow on the wall? Well, think of your hand as the consciousness. I mean, you are the light that's coming through, you are of the light. You can't stop the sun ray being with the sun, can you? I mean, it's all the same, isn't it? It has the same qualities. You can't break it off, can you? No, so the sun ray is of the sun. So let that flow through, and then here's your consciousness. Now, if your consciousness is closed, then it's going to create just a blob on the wall. Not very exciting, is it? What about whenever you just start to open and play? And then more light shines through and more light hits the wall. This is your consciousness. And you're the only one who can change it. There's no point in changing the shadow. It's done. Like this body here is a shadow of my consciousness. So if I don't like it, instead of trying to fix the body, go to my consciousness. And the less I've got going on there, the more light shines through. If I could just get my consciousness out of the way, the more light can shine through. So what sort of consciousness do you want to tap into? I had a great thing with Wolfgang when we were driving, and I looked at one of the ski slopes and I said, "Oh, that ski slope looks really scary. That frightens me." And he said, "You're not thinking from the consciousness of a skier. How would a skier think about that slope?" And immediately I shifted and I thought, that is easy. And I could feel the difference. So when we talk about the Christ consciousness, that's just like, what was it Jesus had said? The Father and I are one, you're well, all that is abundant is all yours, etc., etc., etc. So why don't we just tap into the Christ consciousness? So then we could feel abundant. I mean, it was literally like a light bulb moment ago. I've been talking about Christ consciousness, but I didn't really know how to feel it. And that moment that he said that to me about, well, what would a skier think? And then immediately I was able to shift my perspective. I was able to shift my consciousness. And so you can imagine the mind of this Jesus Christ was very, very calm and trusting. And so imagine if you asked, okay, before you did anything, that you actually thought, what would Christ consciousness, what would Jesus have said? What would he have thought? What would he have felt? What would he have done? I guarantee you will bring you some peace because he has led the way. Just like the skier consciousness had led the way. Other people are skiers. They find it easier. I tapped into the skier consciousness. They had led the way for me to be able to tap into that consciousness, for me to be able to say, that looks easier. It's now fun to ski. Whereas before I was in a non-skier consciousness, so it was scary to ski. So the next time I went skiing, I had a lot more fun. So do you understand what that means? This is your consciousness. The more open it is, without judgment, good, bad, it's just hurting you and it's knocking you from side to side. My goodness. Imagine if we just have an open consciousness to go, all is for my good. It is what it is. All is God. All is the divine. All is energy. And it's my judgment of it that makes it something different. Judge, righteous judgment. Wow. There's the peace right there. It is what it is. Harvest the good. Forgive the rest. But actually just stop as it is what it is. There's no argument with that, is it? No argument whatsoever. There's no duality. It just is. Try it today. Cheerio now.